Hey everybody. So it's probably I know I haven't posted in a while, but so kind of aggravated with the way my room setup is right now. Very frustrated with it. It's kind of a mess. Also, I hate the fact that that light is still right fucking there because where it is, um, like I have my workbench and everything right here, just kind of all my shelves and all that shit right there. Yeah, the fact that I got boxes down there that bothers me. And the problem is, I end up doing that kind of shit is I've been working on a fuck ton of projects and shit, and it bugs the piss out of me that like I'll let shit go for a hot minute. Like I have even like a box from my server project that because my wife bought me a server chassis, which I'll show you in a second. And also I need to sell that because it's brand new. I got it for like $100, but they're selling for right now even more than that. And I honestly don't want to do a build for that because it's an insane fucking chip. And I love that chip. Like I would love to be able to build on an epic chip. But the problem is a lot of my shit, just my necessities, if I was trying to downsize, because I went from a 5800X in my current server, which that iteration, it used to be in this chassis and now it's in that one cleanly right over there, where this fucking chassis right here is what I got as a Christmas present this year. So that is specifically what my wife really wanted to get me. And let me turn off the fan. You can't even hear it, but it's fucking running. Like you can see this fan spinning, everything. I also threw a shucked Asus Blu-ray player in there. Well, Blu-ray player / writer. It was just a whole external Blu-ray drive, which I did shuck from here. Which, yes, by the way, if you actually do get this one, yeah, there's kind of the model number and shit. But yeah, it was like a good Asus drive and shit. I think it was like the ice on fire shit. But yeah, it was a regularly. There's a model number. Damn it. So yeah, if you have this one, by the way, it can be shucked. You just have to take off the back to this one and this one, and you can actually be able to shuck the drive out of it. And once you actually remove those two screws on the back, you actually just take a little spudger from like an iFixit kit or just a plastic spudger, crack this open, and then gently, I repeat, gently remove it because it does have two ribbon cables in it, and then you can actually shuck this. So cool thing about that is that no, you do not have to, if you actually wanted to throw this into a server like I did, you can actually do that. And let me see if I can actually prop it open. I can. Cool. So that's what essentially, those two ribbon cables right there, those are what did connect into the little PCB back there. And yeah, I put them back in there. I think I put them in the right order, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter. And if you see the little black thing, that was what connected the whole Blu-ray drive to the whole chassis, which is just a small PCB back there. If you guys do want to see like fully how it looks completely unshucked, I can crack it back open. I don't mind. And I love to be able to show you guys some really random shit I do with this channel, to show you guys really random shit that doesn't really cost that much. Like I've initially at Micro Center, we 120, 130, and it worked great. It works phenomenally. Just for my PC, I wanted to actually have something a little bit more compact, which is why I ended up going for something slightly different. And keep in mind, I'm frequently working on, as my wife always calls it, like we're always working on some sort of project. One project that I'm actually is actually trying to get all of Parks and Rec. Like the Parks and Rec shit. And the reason why I pulled this out is because it actually has all the episode information. And yeah, even I gotta finish doing this before I finish Parks and Rec, because this will take a little bit less time. I've already ripped and put up on my server quite a few of these movies, because it was actually, this was like $40, and I like having the physical copies of them, so that way, in case something goes wrong, I can always re-rip it and then throw it back on my server. And yes, it is like, I physically do own this media, so yeah. And I don't share with anybody outside of my house. It's purely inside my house. It's just for me and my family to enjoy. I don't share with anybody else, so that way, in case anybody tries to get me on like copyrights and shit. And yes, this is actually a disc plate. Fucking love them. Yeah, but I'm kind of, and then also this is something really cool that I got from Universal Studios when my wife, when I went there for a vacation. Yeah, it was a woman that drove me to drink, and I haven't had a chance to thank her since. Fucking funny as shit. Even like, I also even got this, which was fucking beautiful. And yes, I am Irish. Bits and pieces of my DNA are Irish, so weird mixture of Irish, Scottish, Welsh, all that shit. And even like Germanic, which like the old school Germanic tribes, it's fucking awesome. But yes, that I wanted to go over is, I don't like how a lot of this shit is just everywhere, except for the Lego, that I might actually try to move to a proper platform. And eventually, whenever we move, in probably the next couple months, because I like that my PC's right there, but I don't like the fact that my mat is mostly under. It's like a decent chunk of it is just gone, because I have to have all this shit over here. But since we will be moving, I'm probably going to put that into a nice, good box, so it'll carefully be moved to the new house, because I don't want to disassemble it, because dear God, it took like fucking 4 to 5 hours. No, it don't. Yeah, it was like 4 to like 5 hours to build the whole fucking thing, so I don't want to have to rebuild it. And I need to actually organize properly my screwdrivers and everything, because and I need to clean out some of the shit that I have in here, because I have just a bunch of random shit in there. Actually, cool thing while I have it open, yeah, I have the LTT screwdriver improved, because I actually got some nice grip tape, because my biggest complaint about this screwdriver, and yes, I put some on the back because I every now and again use the palm of my hand to like be able to twist, and just makes it easier. I do love the ratcheting and the fact that it has knurling right here. I do love that. But my biggest complaint, and the complaint from everybody else, was the fact that your hands get even a little bit sweaty, it will not grip, because it had no grip. So I ended up picking up like a whole, like, I think it was a good sized roll of grip tape, put some of that shit on there. It actually formed pretty fucking well. As you can see there, it actually formed a pretty good seal. And I've been doing this for a couple months, and yeah, it actually works so much better now that I actually have the grip tape on there, and it actually grips properly. And then this was just a random one that I found at somebody's house who had passed away, and the family was just trying to get rid of some of their random shit. So I was like, okay. And it is also a ratcheting screwdriver as well, but kind of cool husky thing that they had there. And so it does screw, but it's just very stiff. So that's why I don't really use that one as much. But every now and again I do still use even like the Be Quiet one. That technically didn't come with my shit, but my brother-in-law's shit, and like just random little screwdrivers. I don't even remember what the fuck that key goes to. Like, of course, thermal paste, Noctua, good shit. Still very, like, I like Noctua's CPU thermal paste, but I'm still very partial to Thermal Grizzly. That's why I have like even these, because they actually have some really cool shit. Yeah, kind of very neat wireless mouse. The wireless pop mouse. I didn't get it because it was like some sort of fucking special shit. Apparently, if you have Windows, which I don't, you can actually program it so that it'll, like, when you mash that button, it goes to whatever, like, your favorite emoji or some shit. But I like the fact that it was like very quiet, and also very, like, not super heavy. Like, it's a lot heavier than my personal mouse. But yeah, just kind of something cool. It was maybe like $30. But it's actually compatible with 3 different Bluetooth devices. And yeah, it has like a 2-year battery. My wife has been using my original one. I just wanted to have one that was like kind of grayish black, so that way in case I go like on a trip and something and I need like, because I don't like having to feel the touchpad on a laptop and shit, and I even still like on whatever the fuck I'm using, whether it be like just about anything. I hate using just a regular touchpad because I'm so much more tactile with it, and it bugs the piss out of me. So had to go away from that, and that's why I picked this up for like 30 bucks. I think it was like 25, 30 bucks at Micro Center. At max, you might pay like 40 bucks, but the battery life, and it's only one single battery, like a single AA will last you like 2 years. My wife's been using it for about a year and a half, and it's only, I think, finally gotten to like 50%, and she uses it pretty frequently. And I have just a bunch of really random shit in here, like random screen protectors and whatnot. Yeah, just even like thumbstick grips for all of my controllers, because I hate the default ones because they rub off so fucking easily. That's why I ended up getting the 6-pack. They were maybe like $7, but yeah. So my project kind of today is to put that somewhere special. Also try to shuck this because I still have the motherboard, as you can see in there. I still have the motherboard. I still have like all the Wi-Fi extensions and adapters and shit. And the CPU is actually still in there. But the reason why I wasn't all gunked up was because I actually used, again, the Thermal Grizzly cryo sheet on it, which unfortunately when I actually peeled it apart, it ended up actually out into little chunks. So it actually kind of shredded like very fine paper. Kind of pissed about that, but because I mean it was like 25 bucks, but it did actually keep my CPU very, very cool, and it made it a lot easier for cleanup. When I was trying to pull it off of there and pull the CPU cooler off of there. So yeah, today is going to be managing this mess right over here, and yeah, also cleaning up this shit, like even like trying to find a good place for this, because I always have to have some sort of knife because I'm always having to cut open packages and shit, because I experiment with fucking tech because I get really curious, I get really bored, I get really, really bored when I don't have some sort of project to do. So I'm frequently jumping between projects. I have these 3 different USBs here. Each one of them has a completely different ISO for a different distribution. This is actually left over from another project that I wasn't able to completely fix because I was trying to replace the battery, and see if it'll focus. Will it focus? There we go. Yeah, for a Surface tablet for somebody. Wasn't able to get it working, so just kind of was able to buy them a new one, or at least a used one, which I still have some of the protective shields right there. That's my Blu-ray drive that I wanted to have more convenient and easy. My fucking audio interface, I want to try and clean up that cable management is a little bit better because I was able to like route all my fucking microphone, because I have the option. I think it shows it there. Yeah, I have the option right here to do USB-C, and also have a headphone jack right there, so that I can listen to what the actual live audio sounds. And also technically it does have like a very nice mute button on the back, but I didn't really care about the RGB. I wanted a better audio quality, so instead of doing that, I just went XLR, because I've done more sound. I've done some sound at like different churches and shit when I was growing up, so I got a lot better with that. So that's why I actually cable managed this. I left this loose because I wanted to have no sort of, since I usually frequently will swing it back, so that way it doesn't actually fuck up the tension and shit. So I like wrapping it around the back so that way in case I need to, it'll actually loosen up. As you see, it loosens up, just tightens up a little bit, but it doesn't actually kink the fucking cord. It also does it for a low noise microphone. It was just a cheap Amazon one. This was for the iFixit, trying to fix the Surface tablet, but just didn't really work because I could not get the fucking battery out of the back. It was just stuck. And even on iFixit's fucking website, they were like, yo, it's one of the hardest fucking fixes ever. And here I have, because I hate latency. I hate having to deal with any sort of latency. So I just always wire in my controllers. Yes, it's a PS5, but I'm also dealing with Linux. That's why this looks a little bit funny. That's why it doesn't really look like Windows, because I hate Windows. And it also enables me to be able to do shit like this, which this is my old Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. And the beauty of this is, because it's an S10, like it's an Android phone, it works a lot better. And being able to do weird shit like, that's my webcam right there. This is my webcam, because I get to utilize these wonderful cameras on the back, and it exposes out the raw footage of them, and it actually looks really fucking up on it, top of an Old Bay can. Go Old Bay. Fucking love Old Bay. Fucking love Old Bay. Yeah, so my project right now, I'm probably going to pause the video and then show you guys the final product. It'll be really cool. Just kind of wanted to get another video out, kind of vloggy-ish style. Probably just going to end up doing this kind of form factor. Either it might be and just do a lot more of my streams or different shit on my computer, for like more streams and shit. Because I do want to get back into streaming. I really want to get back into streaming, because when I was doing it, even though I only had like 1 or 2 people watching my stream, it was a lot of fun. It was really a hell of a lot of fun. Like, I had a really good time. For everybody who ended up actually like hopping in, like it was maybe 2 or 3 people at max per stream, but I just had a lot of fun. I really want to get back to that, because it was just kind of a fun time. I was just playing whatever fucking game I really wanted to play. Most of my streams ended up having like fucking Doom Eternal. I was having a great fucking time. A lot of the people were like, hey, nobody really streams Doom. I was like, cool, that's awesome. You just randomly got bored, and I was streaming more on the holidays when a lot of people just were alone, and that fucking sucks. Like, I've been alone on the holidays, and what did I do? I just went and played video games, and that's like my biggest de-stressor. But yeah, again, off topic, but yeah, you're gonna notice a pattern that I do that a lot. Yeah, I need to actually find a good place for this, other than underneath my desk. That's my current network switch. I need to unplug that, reconfigure everything so I can actually take that away from where it is and actually put it properly into my rack, which I ended up buying because my wife bought me that rack mounted server chassis. It prompted me to buy an actual proper server rack, which was like $140, and I fucking love it. And even like having it so close and actually just so easy that it's just sitting there. And also I was able to configure it, tune out to a 60 mil fans in the back, so it's fucking performing like a fucking champ. I can show you guys that later, some of the performance if you want me to. I can show you what my setup is for the server. Let me know. Comment, subscribe, like, please. But yeah, I'm probably going to be uploading this to YouTube. It'll be fun. But yeah, let's see how everything goes. I'm going to probably pause the video and then start it again, because it gives me that fucking beautiful feature. So yeah, and by the way, yeah, I do fucking cuss. Get over it. If you don't like it, don't watch. Don't care. I'm not going to fucking stop this shit. It's just it's how I am. It's who I am. A lot of people will end up either hating or loving it. Don't really fucking care. It's just how I fucking am. But yeah, let's see if I can actually get this shit cleaned up. So here we go. All right, so was able to successfully kind of declutter everything. I had a whole bunch of shit, as you probably saw earlier, all across this fucking table. Was able to get a lot of the shit organized. I had a couple of screws from when I took apart a GPU. Was able to put them into that little Pokemon card case where it came with a couple of different packs from like fucking Costco. Of course, still got my little dude in the back. Got my nice alcohol wipes for multi-purpose, electronic wipes. They're basically just alcohol wipes. That's all they are. They're just alcohol wipes. Only thing I've forgotten to do so far is move this in that corner, like kind of right here. I just got to still do that. But outside of that, was able to kind of declutter this, which in turn kind of cluttered up this back there. But that's kind of a project for probably tomorrow when I got off work. I was at least able to actually put my server or my network switch back there. put some of the movies that and TV shows that I'm actually working on. That's actually already on my server, so that's perfectly fine. Of course, the server's right there. I actually lowered that shelf. Super simple, super easy. I was able to organize some things because I have a PS5 controller, because both my wife and I have PS5 controllers. Again, leaving this here so I can just copy it onto my computer, because I haven't yet quite configured that to auto rip everything to the server. And so that way I can actually have it pre-configured. So once it's on there, I can start the rip, I can start the auto transfer, so that way it'll actually encode everything properly the way I want to, with the proper encodes that I really want it to do, and get that fully set up so it'll actually be able to transcode my own media, so I don't have to worry about it on my main desktop. Yeah, that's Pepperbox. Shout out to Pepperbox. You guys are awesome. Keep being awesome. And hell, if you guys actually want to put this shit on there, fuck yeah, let me know. I would love to be on there. That'd be super dope. But yeah, so was able to organize a little mini drill kind of right there. It's like a little, it was maybe like $40, 30, $40. And it actually comes with decently long screw heads. I mean, it comes in this nice little package. Some people thought it was immediately, they're like, oh, what is that? Like a fucking pocket pussy? I was like, no, it's just the case. So that way you can just unscrew it, pop it out. It grips pretty well. It's got all those fucking different attachments. The little top thing for forwards, backwards. And it's got a nice light on the top. It has 3 different modes for like weak, slowly, like kind of slowly getting there, and then power hungry. And yeah, it just charges via USB-C. Really fucking good. Yeah, Hodo technology. Wish it was American made, but you gotta work with what you fucking can. Yeah, so Hodo, definitely a good product. Even though it's not made in the US, I wish it was. But yeah, and then it just slots back in there. It sits nicely. You can get it off Amazon for pretty fucking cheap. And yeah, you just apply a little bit of pressure, set it down. Too easy. Yeah, so pretty good. Pretty productive day. Place that back there. So now, and yeah, that's my server rack. That was about 40. Fuck, you're in the way. Put the router, ended up from over on my workbench to over here. Both my wife and I have smartwatches, so I was able to put that right there. Yes, don't mind the clothes, because this used to be our bedroom, but then we swapped it into the office space because my desk is very large, and even though my desk is actually hovering over there, I might actually lower it like again. I've lowered my desk at least once so far, just because I started it really, really high, and I was like, no, I don't really like this. Let me lower it again. So I lowered it again, and actually even on my chair. Shit, let me actually view it like this. You might actually notice the arms on the chair are actually backwards, because I sit with my ass right up against the back of the chair. So this kept shoving way too far forwards, and I like to sit really close to my desk so I can just kind of reach over with my arms because they're really long. And I also just like to kind of like lean back. And so I just unscrewed these, put them on backwards, and then put them back on. It worked great. Super comfortable, super versatile. Really glad that I was able to actually do that. And it actually even still has the full mobility. Obviously going backwards, it's not ideal, but I never do that. So I just always leave it in the full firm, like forward positioning. Yeah, it works really well. Technically that's forwards-ish, but that's more like outer-ish, and I love it. It works fucking great. And yeah, so really glad that I was able to actually clean up that space over there. Still probably got some work to do. I need to actually remove that cable, because that was actually communicating with my server, but now since server is obviously on the other side of the room, and I don't want to have another adapter for USB adapter to my server just so I can monitor my computer's UPS And yeah, that's my computer right there. Fucking beautiful beast. If you want to know the specs, let me know. I would absolutely have no issue. And I might end up just doing a fucking video just about this and actually covering all, probably some of the next videos are going to be going over all my setup, because a lot of people have been prompting me to do something to kind of like cover what I got in my setup, why I got it, and what the reason was for why I do my whole setup the way I do. Because like, wait, if you notice right back there, I don't have an actual regular speakers. I do eventually want to get some proper monitors, but for now, like, I'm very satisfied with what I have. It's an old sound bar that a buddy of mine he was moving. He was just trying to get rid of them. He found 2 sound bars that he already had. He had already purchased new ones, but he hated throwing shit out, and so he just gave them to me. I have it hooked up just via aux cable straight to my PC. Works like a fucking dream. And if I actually want to swap it into Bluetooth mode, I can do that. And even like my keyboard is fucking just like, I actually have a new keycap set. Keycap set coming in. I'm really fucking excited about that. Super fucking stoked. So that'll actually accent it a bit more. Probably going to do a video on that. I actually do have another video covering something, kind of a cleaning video for keys, like mechanical keyboards, or just keyboards in general, as long as your keys actually do pop out real nice. Just popped them out via keycaps. I still got to do, probably I might do another one for like a slightly larger keyboard because my wife has a full set keyboard. I'm probably going to end up having to do a video on hers too, just so in case, because mine's only a JL 10 keyless keyboard, but overall, fucking great. Works like a fucking dream. I can't complain. Yeah. So if you want to see anything that I actually use, I know I'm just kind of getting started. I haven't posted a video in fucking forever. I'm probably not going to edit this one just because I don't quite know how to. That's one thing on the very long list of things that I need to do and I really want to do. But yeah, once I get that figured out, then I'll be able to easily be able to cover that, and maybe even do something on like how I edit my videos and shit. But that'll obviously be on my computer. And again, I'm probably going to be covering a lot of shit that I use, like the fucking audio DAC that I use, the reason why I use the specific Blu-ray player / reader writer that I use, why I use this keyboard, why I picked this mouse, just different shit, and why I have like my whole setup the way it is, because I do have a 3 monitor setup, and why. So I think that'll actually be really cool. I'm probably going to just upload this video as soon as I finish filming, because I haven't uploaded in a while, and I've honestly kind of been missing it. I did upload a couple videos here and there. I uploaded more to Instagram than I have on YouTube, but I'm really trying to actually get back into this and have something fun to do, because I actually do really have a lot of fun doing these kind of things, and come to the realization that it is actually something I really enjoy doing. And I love being able to share and educate people on, you don't have to have the most incredible setup, like way overkill for what anybody fucking needs. Most normal people don't need, and most people who are just even trying to get into like tech or whatever, just even doing shit, don't need everything that I have. And I do have recommendations. I've already done build guides for different people, like just completely spec out an entire system, keyboard, monitor, mouse, all included in those. And it was maybe like $1,500-$1,600 for an overkill gaming system that would be able to run any fucking AAA title way more than you would ever even imagine. And I can even probably scrimp and even do something as simple as maybe like $1,000 build. I wouldn't go anything lower than 1,000 recommended. I know a lot of people really are trying to like get into really entry level builds. I just don't like doing that but if I'm going to do that, I might as well just tell somebody, hey, just buy a fucking mini PC, which again, I do have something in the works where I do want to cover a mini PC that I actually turned into a home theater PC. More about that later, but it's going to be really cool. I'm going to definitely try and upload at least one other video this month, if not a couple more. We'll see. I don't know. Definitely going to try and get back into uploading videos. I know it's been a while, but it's going to be really fun. They're probably going to be this kind of style where or either if it's on my computer, it's going to be a little bit different. It'll be coming off of, you'll just see my head. It's not going to move. I need to actually fuck around with OBS. So that's what I was actually doing earlier today, is actually fucking around with my OBS settings, getting Twitch for streaming back up. And yeah, it's going to be really exciting. It's 2025 and I'm excited so far. It's looking up and I'm really looking forward to how it's going to turn out. So y'all have fun.